So with our French trip booked, it was time to make a load of bait ready to take over the channel. In between making other people's orders, I managed to make over 120 kilos for us all to take over. There we go, bait is made and we have got a load of that. You're ready to go. Leaving Zorro at my mum's. Haven't we, Zorro? Good boy. Right, so we're here the night before with Justin Big Thumbs Big Fish Willis and Tommy Tenfish. Right, so
Anthony.
Can't catch.
Mickey Brown ass.
Yeah, some of that. Yeah. So Justin, what do you know about lake?
All I know is there's 55-pound carp in the 4-acre lake. The other lake is unknown. Potentially 65-pounders, maybe 40-pounders at your mark. If these boys can pull them out, but if not, Big Gun Willis will be over there.
Yeah?
Yeah. And his brother Aaron might be joining.
Alright. You confident about having a few?
Yeah, man, I'm happily confident we'll have a few.
Yeah?
More than him anyways.
I think because we're going to start off on the main lake and then we'll move across.
Well, that's the little lake, isn't it?
Yeah, so we'll go to the 4-acre lake, me and your brother.
They're going to the training pool.
So what we'll do is
the stock pond.
Yeah,
we'll warm up the old arms, and then when we think you two boys aren't pulling your weight, we'll start to step in.
So basically,
and then we'll start doing it. You know, the box common Matt came out a while back.
Did you have the box common? Did you?
Box common, yeah.
Really? I don't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Oh, geez.
No,
Well done, mate.
the box common always comes out.
Yeah, there'd be a box common in there, I expect.
No, it's full leather apparently. Bit of full leather, but obviously we don't know what's in there, so we're all going unknown into the big lake. But obviously there's no point us all jumping on to find out. Rather give you space because you've got the boat, so it makes more sense for you two to go out in the boat, check out some areas, and then I'll come back once we know a few ideas and then pull it together.
You've been to like different lakes in France before, haven't you? Where you sort of like said, it's sort of like where it's been sort of.
Yeah, I've been to like lots of different places. Been to Czechoslovakia, been to Germany, been a few places. Been a lot in France, but then obviously the problem is when you go to unexpected and you don't know, they don't normally turn out to be that good. But then obviously, if you do, this by the sound of it, this sounds like it could be some good results. So if we do and pull it off, then it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But it's just getting there.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll
catch up in the morning.
Yeah. Hopefully when we're there at the lake, and well, I might do a bit of videoing on the way there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
After a catch up with Justin and Tom the night before, it was clear we were all itching to get to the lake and see what it was all about. We lost Justin. He's went in a different direction, so we're trying to make our own way there. Obviously, this is the first time driving to France, so it's a little bit. But I'm panicking. But yeah, we're hopefully going to meet him over there. After a long tiring day of driving, getting to the venue and going to the supermarket, I ended up finding a couple of spots in close and put the rods out. Unsurprisingly, this didn't result in any fish, but I did get some much needed sleep. The next morning, I was up and out in the boat as soon as it got light. After using the prodding stick to find some areas, I found a lovely area around 250 yards out. A shelf, 10 foot on the bottom, 8 foot on the top. The bottom area was where I was going to target. Not long after getting back from the boat, Justin, who was fishing behind me, was into one.
This side. Don't get me wet.
Get wet. Ooh, after a little slip up, which I somehow managed to catch on camera, it was in the net. And although only an 18-pounder, he was off the mark. Right, I'm here with Justin. Do you want to tell us what sort of occurred last night then?
Yeah, so
Is that big fish release? You don't know, Ralph.
Go on.
cut that,
Back into character. Back into character. Start again. Right, you ready?
Alright, start again.
Right. I'm here with Justin. He's the only one that sort of had any action last night, or any fish so far. Do you want to tell us a bit?
Yeah, so last night I had lost two, and then I think it was about 9 o'clock in the morning. We was just finishing breakfast. Middle rod went off. Pulled it in. Obviously, you saw me playing it, and obviously falling over. Wasn't a huge fish, but it was a good fish to start with. Nice looking fish, an 18-pound mirror. Caught on the carp wafter, 12mm bottom bait, but that's a wafter, and also the 12mm yellow colours, which is in the same colour, but there's 3 colours you can use. I seem to find the yellow to work really well, so it's just sat like a KD rig, and then obviously that went off, landed that. Nice fish to start with. We don't really know the stand for fish in this lake. There's a lot of unknown stuff about it.
It's a PB, mate, all day.
I bet it ain't.
All day, mate. It's a PB bream.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey,
Oh my God. They're going to be attracted to that pellet now I put out.
At the minute, it's a beast, isn't it?
That is the biggest bream I've seen in my entire
I know, a monster bream. The 10-pound 7 ounce absolutely smashed my PB, but it wasn't the species I was after. So yeah, it's absolutely boiling. Luckily I brought a spare ground sheet, so I just whacked over the boats. The boat was getting that hot, and sort of worried it might fucking pop or something. Typical that the week we were away there's a big heat wave. Daytime temperatures of 37 degrees forecasted every day this week. It was far from ideal fishing conditions. But with the rods in position for the evening, after having a couple of bream and a tench from the area, I was going into the night with a bit of confidence. So rods are out for the second night, but the first sort of proper night. So I put in quite a lot of bait over that spot that I found earlier, and obviously had a tench and had a bream, and but yeah, sort of like since putting that bait in, the sort of like fish activity around the area has been pretty good. I don't know, but there's obviously quite a lot of small fish, nuisance fish. I also had another tench on my left hand rod. So yeah, I've put on a gobstopper on one of the rods, and I've put basically a bottom bait. It's 2 18s, basically a bottom bait on the bottom and a wafter on top, but it's still like massive baits. And hope that hopefully we won't get annoyed by bream tench all night. After a wake-up call from another big bream, it was clear that this lake was full of nuisance fish. These signs that I was seeing, were they just bream and tench? I could only hope that there was a couple of carp in amongst them. After watching the water at first sight, I noticed a lot of fizzing behind the marker float further up the shelf. These fizzers looked slightly more carpy. After a quick investigation with the prodding stick, I found a big silty area. Maybe these carp were feeding in the silt. Another quiet night, and with the daytime temperatures already at 30 degrees by 10 AM and forecasted to hit 40 degrees later on, I decided to leave the rods out, and the plan was to redo them later that evening. Another bream. This one even bigger at £11 7 ounce, and although another PB, it was not the species I was after, but I just couldn't get away from them. There's another hot one today. Yeah, typical coming to France during a heat wave. But yeah, so the owners just popped round to drop some maize off, and yeah, it's sort of like I used Google Translate, and I sort of like to help a little bit because his English wasn't great. But yeah, basically what he said, this lake is like extremely hard. Like obviously we didn't quite know what it was, but obviously always knew it was going to be that challenge. But yeah, it is absolutely like rock hard. So he's saying sort of like Team Corps de France done a week on air. I don't know when. Yeah, done a week on air. They had 4 nights of doing of nothing at all, and then on the 5th night they hooked into something big, and lost it. So yeah, it just gives you an idea of sort of how hard this lake probably is. During Team Corps de France probably been used to sort of fishing lakes like this, using boats, etc. So yeah, and as well, like you said, he's only known of sort of three fish come out. So yeah, it is absolutely sort of rock hard. But yeah, fingers crossed. There's still hope. Yeah, we're halfway through the week. But yeah, I'm going to try and stick it out as much as I can. Might maybe do like the last night or something, or just a couple of hours on that little lake, just so I go in with one fish if I haven't caught anything. Do you know what I mean? Or one carp, shall I say? So I've had now 4 bream or 3 bream, 2 tench. Massive bream though. Yeah, I've had an even bigger one a minute ago, so that was £11 7. So yeah, but yeah, if whatever I have out of it, he was saying like some of the carp in there are 50 years old. So yeah, it'd be interesting anyway. Johnny as well, he said his sort of words, whatever, in like broken English, whatever, is that if you have one out of it, if you have a carp out of it, there's a good chance it'll be a fish of a lifetime. So yeah, so could be some absolute monsters in there, could be. So yeah, giving it a good go anyway. With this new information from the owner, it was definitely going to be a lot harder than expected, and with only a week to catch one, and with the weather being less than ideal, it was going to be a real challenge. So we're just heading into Tuesday evening. Had a few more bream today, so yeah, so I'll switch things up a little bit, keeping one rod on one of the bream spots, and in the middle rod I ended up putting a long, literally like French raspberry on like a silt road, sort of a deep silt, really deep silt. I did try it just with a normal rig, but it kept on sort of coming back with shit on the end of the hook. So yeah, it's deep choddy silt, and I've basically whacked a hinge choddy on a leg clip, but with like a supple braided sort of boom section, and then on the right rod I found a lovely little spot sort of in close around the corner. So that one's around there. Heading into the evening, I've seen a couple of shows which could have been carp. They also might not have been. It might have been big bream, big tench, but they did look very carpy. And so they could be in the area. Who knows? But we should see. Hopefully over this night, finally have one. So it was a proper sleepless night last night. Doing the big baits on to sort of avoid the bream, but yeah, it's constantly just like beep 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 beep, where they're just picking it up, playing around with it. Yeah, I think this place is absolutely rammed with bream and tench. So yeah, a bit rubbish, but just got to keep going on, I suppose. I think yeah, Justin had a couple out last night. So yeah, we'll go and talk with him in a little bit. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he had two out last night. Not massive ones. I think the biggest was like £28 or something. Mirror and a common. So yeah, and he had a tench out this morning, a £9 tench, quite a big tench. But that's on the sort of little smaller, easier lake. I think he got pestered by bream on this lake, and he's sort of like pulled off of it now. So yeah. Right, Justin, we're on Wednesday now. Wednesday, was it afternoon?
Yeah.
Another scorcher today. How's the week going so far?
Not too bad. I've lost 4, caught 4, and had 10 bream from the other lake. So I've had 1 from down this end. Then I went up to my peg 3. I've had 2 carp. There's 3 carp up there, and then 1 tench. And then I've come off the main lake where I've had 10 bream because I'm just getting hammered. But they're pretty good bream. They're like 10 to 11 pound. But yeah, in the days it's just dead. We're not catching nothing in the days. It's just in the night time.
I suppose that's like a little bit sort of the weather, do you reckon? Or
some of it's the weather, but I think the lake's a bit freaky. It's like when we got here, they were all on top of the surface, and then when we went to get food,
now, do you?
there's nothing at all. Well, not even seeing cruising fish at all.
Yeah.
we're seeing splashers. Problem is we can't fish the margins far side because there's so much debris on the bottom. They're just snagging us up every time, so we can't even get the boat close or a cast close. So I've done baited areas and then gone from there really, and both of my baited areas paid off again with my waiting game. Other than that, it's just been waiting for the night time to come and get some bites.
Yeah.
But
so you pulled off the big lake. Yeah, why pulled off the big lake?
it's just because of the bream.
Yeah.
I
mean, it is.
I don't want to be getting up at 3 a.m. for a bream all the time.
It is a hard water though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
It's difficult.
What we got, but obviously we knew that coming over.
I think I thought it was going to be more fish,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's that many fish in here from what we've been told.
No, from the owner, because when I spoke to the owner, he said there isn't many fish, and it's very hard. He's only known of 3 fish to come out. So, but like we sort of knew that coming in, didn't we? We said sort of like it's an unknown, and like you said,
More of
before,
a challenge.
Like you said before, when you've been to lakes where it's a bit unknown, they always turn out well. They've always turned out to be a bit disappointing. But yeah, so if one of us can have one out that big lake, it'll make it worthwhile. But in the meantime, you're still catching.
Yeah, I'm catching like 1 a night or 2 a night.
Not the biggest, are they? They're sort of like £28.
£28. I've had 2 £28-pounders. I've had an 18, and I've had a £9.5 tench.
Yeah.
So they're not huge, but I don't think they are a huge stamp in here. I think there's a handful of good fish.
Yeah, you've seen a couple, didn't you?
Yeah, so I've seen when I went through the tree edges. It's completely full. It's really hard to get through, but I managed to see about 30 fish, and I saw a long common about a metre. That I would say is the common record in here, which is 37. And I saw some decent sort of high 30s in the mirrors.
They're nice looking fish, aren't they?
Yeah.
They might not be the biggest, but
it's not really about that.
For France,
this trip was different. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to come here and beat a PB. And the same as the rest of us, it was going to be more of a family holiday and a bit of a social with Tom as well, because Tom's never been out with us, so that's nice. And also to try something a bit different, to go to a lake which has got, potentially what was told and what was sort of seen online. It's not the owners' fault. The owners are brilliant here, and they've been really nice and honest.
I don't think even the description in dishonest.
No, it's just a way of wording.
Yeah,
they should have worded it slightly.
They do advertise it as sort of a productive bay, but like the owner said, he's only had or heard of 3 fish coming out. So
I mean, the Calder team's been here, haven't they, as well?
Yeah.
So they've not had nothing, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
With
definitely.
the technology they have and the boats they would have, they're more advanced than us.
Yeah.
With just technology,
and they're used to that kind of fish, aren't they? So
yeah.
But yeah, the owner did say he's sort of seen big fish from the drone, and we've seen a couple of big fish. Obviously, from a distance, they look big.
I'd say there's a handful of fish.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say more than 30.
That's exactly what the owner said.
Yeah.
Sort of, there's a very small amount of fish.
But a PB waiting to be happened.
Yeah,
and an unknown fish as well. So
yeah.
It could be a fish who's never been caught before.
Yeah, that it would definitely make it worthwhile though. Having one at the big lake, it's all just like, do you know what I mean? We're all putting in a bit of effort, and we so be nice for it to sort of pay off. But yeah, we'll head over to your swim in a bit and sort of talk through your rigs and stuff like that. And go from there. Like you're sort of when I fish you quite a lot, like I think your style of fishing could be described as sort of like
old style.
I don't know. No, like you're all out. Like if you're not catching, you're trying to find them. Like when was it yesterday? Do you know what I mean? The lake was dead, but you were in all of the trees, getting cut to pieces, just trying to locate where the carp are and trying to work out the lake. So yeah, I think that's why you're very successful on some of the waters back home. But yeah, we'll head over to your swim in a minute and sort of talk through your rigs and stuff. Right, so we're over in Justin's swim. yeah, talk to us about the rigs that you're using, and the rigs that you've had some fish on, basically.
Right,
You like to keep things sort of like fairly simple, don't you? So
I've not changed in probably 35 years. This has always been my rig. It's always been my go-to. I don't use any other hooks. Unfortunately, the guy who does do the hooks, which all you youngsters don't know about, but the older guys do, so carp long shanks, size 4 or size 6. You can't get them anymore because the guy stopped it, but this is my rig. It's no different to any other rig you ever see. I do either...
if you just lay it on the bucket, mate.
So you got
Separate
here.
it, yeah.
So you got this one here, which is an 18mm. So that one comes as a wafter. So it's just an 18mm wafter. Then you've got...
Hang on, let me just have a little look at that. So you just put a little bit of shrink tube, literally just over
Yep, so I do shrink tube at the back.
Just
this
over
is
the
just
eye
a
of
bit
the
of tubing.
hook. That's just over the eye of the hook, though, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's nothing major. It just gives it a bit more of a kink. Even though they're long hooks, I just sometimes like to have a bit of a kink on it.
And you just follow basically the curve of the...
Yeah, follow the curve.
the
Sometimes
eye
if I want to go
sort of thing,
aggressive, I can really make it aggressive, but
Yeah.
it's very rare. Same with this one, exactly the same process. So this one here just moves up and down. But I have got ones where it's sort of like a blowback rig, where it's like you can get it from EPS, I think it is. It's a lot ESP, that's it. Half of the size, and that doesn't move. With mine, it moves.
Yeah, you like it to move.
So I prefer it. I can adjust it to where I want. I normally have it like that.
Yeah, let me just have a little... And
Sometimes I have a bit more of a gap. It just depends how I'm fishing. Sometimes I like half an inch.
you didn't have any rig putty along the...
Nothing at all.
And they're not quite long rigs, I see.
Yeah,
So how long would you say that about?
I'd say it's about 8 inches, 9 inches.
Nah, it's longer than that. It's probably about 12 inches, mate. That
So
one.
that's 6. I normally class that as 6,
Nah,
but
that's-
that's probably set
You,
8.
you got your inches wrong there, I think, mate.
I think I have.
Yeah, that's probably
Inches
probably
Willis.
about 8. That is,
Yeah.
and that's probably about 12 inches.
Yeah.
So
They're
fairly
my
long
go-to.
rigs, though, isn't it?
But I have caught on shorter rigs on here. My other one I've caught on, so this is a 12mm, which is the wafters, and then there's the colours. I like the yellows. People who's been using them do use the whites and the pinks. And as you've seen, I did the other day when I was at Larford, I did like 86 fish. All of them come off this rig. Nothing else. I didn't use anything bigger. So it's just basically standard. Sits like a KD style. So it sits like that. The hook's really balanced. So it just sits up very practical. The carp sucks it in, and 80% of the time they're always nailed. So you always know, because I always think the carp get away with more than we know. All I'm doing is literally putting a mesh bag. I get in the boilies, just crumbing them like that, literally. Put them in. Nothing fancy. I ain't using no grinders or nothing like that. Put it in. So it's a bit of everything, but it's not just dust. So that just literally straight on like that, and that's it. Thrown out like that.
So have you been putting much bait in this week?
Yeah, so on the spots I'm on, the far end spot, if you turn around, right up in the corner, so you got the far corner, you got the brown tree, looking dead. So there's an angle, I'm using the bait boat for that. So literally it is snaggy.
Yeah.
I've had one fish off that, I put 7 kilo up there about 36 hours ago. And then I fished it, and I had a fish last night, which was the 28 pound and a half common, mirror. But it's very, very snaggy. This is the problem with the water. We didn't know how snaggy it would really be.
Oh, it is.
I've actually had to come back by about 4 rod lengths just to give myself a chance. Then if you go to the left hand side of my swim, which is literally just down here, 6 rod lengths out, there's part gravel, so I'm on the gravel and the silt as it meets. There's a big gravel part here, and it goes from the top end to where Tom is all the way to the bottom where Ant is. And I'm fishing with that. That took 5 kilo. So as I told you before with my bait and weight tactics, I did exactly the same process. Did it down there on the other swim. I had 10 bream out. I could wait for the carp, but I think I'll rather come on here.
Even then though,
I might not even get one. It's going to be difficult. I think that lake is extremely hard. This lake here got rated 6 out of 10, so it's not enough.
5 out of 10.
Is it 5?
Yeah, difficulty, yeah.
So they give you talk I think if our weathers were different and we
Yeah.
were going next week at 29s,
Might be a little
we
bit
would
easier.
have a lot more
yeah.
fish.
But I don't think it's the easiest of waters,
No.
is it? Even
I mean,
on the best of conditions, it's going to be
it's
a
gonna be hard.
little bit difficult.
I mean, when we arrived, they were on the surface.
yeah, we've seen loads. So.
When we came back from getting some food, 3 hours later, we haven't seen a fish on the surface once in 4 days.
yeah,
They're in the snags.
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
not
You've seen them, didn't you? In the
and
snags,
there's a lot
yeah.
on the back.
Yeah.
We've not had nothing come in the margins. It's all the far bank.
Yeah.
I've had a fish from there. I had a tench just 7 wraps out where it was fizzing because I thought I'd try fizzing. Try casting to a fizzer with a bag. Get up at 4 in the morning, just watching it. Watch for the fizzers. I thought I'd try chasing fish. It's not normally my tactic at all. My tactic's bait and wait. I like to put a lot of bait in. I've probably done about, I'd say of the carp crack, I've gone through 25 kilo.
That much, is that?
Yeah, so I've done 25 kilo, I've done 30 kilo of maize, and I've done 25 kilo of pellet.
Yeah.
People might say that's extreme. Whenever I come to France, I fish heavy, very, very heavy. In England, I would do 10 spods, then I'd do 6 spods, and then plan it from that. But I will always put loose boilie around. Since I found, obviously, through family and that, the carp crack, I don't use any other bait. So if anybody says to me, what other bait do you use? I do not use anything. It's just carp crack. And I've had hits after hits after hits. I can't remember the last time I blanked, even in the winter. So at the end of the day, don't change what's working. That's my tactic. So before this, when I was on the original lake, I was on tiger nuts, and that's all I used as hook baits. And obviously when we went to Dream Lakes and we started using it, it just changed my attitude with the bait. And then since then I've been on carp crack, and that's all I've used here. I've not used any other pop-ups because I'm not a pop-up person. I'm a bottom bait. You say to me I can use that system for pop-ups, for wafters, for bottom baits, but all of my fishing for all of my life has been bottom baits. And then obviously when the wafters come in, then I've been using the wafters.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing has changed.
Yeah. All right.
So
well, thank you, Justin. Hopefully we'll catch up later in the week when you got something a bit bigger. You're right next door to where I'm fishing, basically. See, we got all that stuff there. The fridge. You got some cooking utensils, stove, sink. It's only cold water though. And then so that sofa does sort of fold out into a bed as well. So yeah, and we have got some power. It's running off run. It's only running off of solar though, so you can't really, you can't use any sort of high powered sort of equipment. Yeah, nice little area, and it's nice and cool, which especially during this heat wave, yeah, is nice and refreshing. And this is a little lake. So 3 or 4 acres, something like that. It is. I think we've got like about 4 or 5 swims. I'm gonna whack a rod out, maybe for a few hours, maybe. We've all sort of been taking the turns a little bit, so just putting a rod here. Yeah, and basically there's the big lake right next door. Yeah. Okay, I'll look at that swim quick. Just give you an idea. This is just one little baby. I think it's about 200 yards to the far bank, 250, maybe 300. Yeah, it's a big old lake. There's supposedly some absolute giants, mythical giants in there. I have no, well, hopefully we have one this week. It's only got a few days left, so better make it soon. Right, so I'm here in Tom's swim. Yeah, we're halfway through the week. We're on Wednesday now. So yeah, Tom, how's your week been so far?
It's been good. It's hot. It's very, very hot. I mean, I'm sure you've heard, but the day's completely writ off. It's just, as you can see, my rods are all out in the day. I'm just resting the swim is one idea, and just giving it some time to actually, if there's fish out there, let them take the bait and try and feed with a bit of less pressure, like, hopefully.
So yeah, me and you were like almost like the two brave ones, weren't we, of the group? Like we went on the harder unknown one. And yeah, I mean, what do you think about?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like a lot of people would have this experience and be like, "Oh, this is a load of shit. This isn't what I signed up for." Like, but me personally, this is what I like. I like the 100 acres with 5 fish in it. I like the difficultness of it, because then when you finally do get something, it means so much more.
Yeah.
I mean, from what we've heard, what we've gathered, there seems to be a handful, maybe, of very, very good fish in this lake. They seem very old. They're very wise.
That's the first thing that the owner said to us, wasn't it?
Yeah. And they mentioned that one of the professional fishing lot,
Team Corda, France,
the French Corda team had been down, and they'd been here for a week, and they only hooked and lost one. So it's solid just by that kind of standards, and they know what they're doing. They fish these kind of lakes. They have the right equipment. I mean, we ain't doing bad.
Yeah.
But they're more geared up and used to this type of fishing.
Yeah.
So if they struggled, it's an uphill struggle for us lot. But we're here. We're trying to do it, and the prizes are there. We just need to get them somehow.
Yeah. So as for your approach on this lake, sort of like how have you went about
it? Well, if you just have a look over there, there's a nice tree line. That's obviously what brought me to this side of the lake. It's pretty silty out there, but there's nice little bits of gravel in the little coves just out there. So I've been baiting up that. I fished it the first couple of nights with nothing, and then I've decided to leave it, but I've still been putting the bait in. And then I've got another couple of spots out in the distance on the far bank, just in front of those 2 pegs on the far side, and that's in a deeper water. It's in about 10 to 12 foot of water out there, whereas in the margin it's only about 6 foot. So got a bit of depth range. I'm fishing just behind a reed bed, just behind a weed bed on a silty bit on the one rod, and the other rod's on a gravelly patch that then goes into a silty bit. So it's a sort of fishing where the silt meets something, a bit of feature, a bit of gravel, a bit of weed, whatever. So far I've tried bottom baits, the wafters, the carp crack. They've not been producing up here for me, but down the bottom they've been catching bream, but a fish is a fish.
Yeah, bream intense. Yeah, that's the strange thing, isn't it? About you're doing almost exactly the same as what we're doing.
Yeah.
But you've had no bream and no tension, and whether that might be a good sign that the carp are in there, and that's why the bream and the tench aren't pushing down there. But it's hard to know, isn't it?
I'm not ready to abandon this area yet. I think I'm willing to wait this out to the end of the week up in this end of the lake.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of water in front of me. I've found a couple of nice spots, and I've put a fair bit of bait in. And because the bream haven't been there taking it, you can only assume that it's still there, or there's a good amount of it still out there. So I'm going to keep feeding them spots. I'm not going to put in as much as I have been. Just keep topping them up, and I'm just got to hope and pray, really.
That's all we can do, isn't it? Yeah. So you as well, you snuck a little rod in the other lake next door as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You sort of pre-baited a little area, and you had managed to have one.
Yeah.
One off there. The other, was it not last night? Night before.
Not before. Yeah. There's a peg just there at the corner, and because all the other lads have been fishing down that end of the lake, I found a spot. I think it's 5.5 wraps out, and I've not heavily baited it over 3 days. It's probably seen 2 kilos of bait, and there's been a fish and a run off it. Yeah. So they're eating it, but it all seems to be early mornings.
Yeah.
So it's like you get one chance in the morning, and that's it. If it doesn't go your way, then you got to wait till the next morning.
Yeah.
Hence why I've got all my gear in, and I'm just preparing, just trying to. I'm going to be flicking a bit of bait throughout the day down there. Not a lot, just to keep me entertained, but my real goal is to get one out the big lake.
Yeah,
that's just to keep me sane for the week. Like.
I know. I think I might have to jump on there later and just so I don't go home carpless.
Yeah.
Well, I still might end up carpless, but yeah, hopefully I don't.
Hopefully not, mate.
Yeah.
You've been working hard for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've had some spectacular bream and tench.
Yeah, big ones, isn't it? But yeah.
I mean, you need to change the bait to the bream crack.
Yeah.
Last night I had a 28 mirror. That was off the 6.5 rod spot, which is just down here. As you can see, there's a float out there. So that's where I've been pre-baiting since yesterday. Put a rod on it. It was fishing all over the place, jumping all over the place, and unfortunately didn't get a bleep. My rod in the corner, I got a bleep, but that's fishing at long range. This one here is at 12 rod lengths. So I'll just run you through what I have been doing. I haven't just been using the boat. I don't use boats very often, but because we was fishing snags, I thought it was going to worth it. I thought the snags would be clear, but they're full of sticks, full of everything you can think of, which is the worst thing for a carper. So all I'm doing, got maize, been soaking the carp crack boilie. So you can see some of them are turning light because they're taking on the juices. Putting a lot of bait in. You might think this is a lot, but this is just how I fish. So about a kilo there. And then we got some boilies, which is the carp crack, and their pellet basically, which is it's really good pellet because I use that at my new syndicate. So for you, that might say, fucking hell, it's a lot of bait. But I've already just put out 2 of these. And then what I'll also do is I'll spot as well. Because I want it to be, not the thing is with this boat, you're always going to have clumps. I want it to be more all over the place, but I do want a good bed of bait. So let's just get the fucking boat out. Oh, it's a bit hard in here because it's sort of, they've left it natural. They've not actually done it where it's like platformed out. It's very natural sort of lake, and I think that's why it's the way it is. They've not touched the snags, they've not touched anything. So as you can see, I'm almost at my spot. Drop it off, and then what I'll do is I'll spod probably 10 spods around, leave that all day, won't even touch it. And I'll fish it in the night. All our bites are coming at night and evening, but the fish have started moving around us. I've had fish show in front of me and in front of my nephew as well, and Tom is starting to see a few. So basically that's my way of fishing. I'm very old school.
Back over on the big lake, and I was out in the boat again. With the water being slightly murky and with depths around 10 foot, I was glad I brought this little underwater camera with me, and for just £40, it's a great little tool to have if you're using a boat. Time was starting to run out, with nothing to show for my efforts other than bream and tench. I'd seen a couple of carp, so I knew they were in here, but the ones I had seen were on their own, and that, coupled with what the owner was saying and the extreme weather we were having, was starting to make me doubt whether 1 week was going to be long enough to catch one. As the mist rose on the Friday morning, and after another quiet night, I knew that my best chance of catching a carp before we left was going to be on the smaller lake behind. Unfortunately, the only swim left on the lake was in an area where the fish hadn't been seen for a few days, but with there being a lot more carp in that lake than the big lake, I decided to move lakes to see if I could save the blank. But we're in Justin's swim. It's Friday, and yeah, he sent me a video of what he was doing yesterday, and yeah, it paid off last night. Yeah, Justin, tell us a little bit sort of what happened and what you were doing.
I had a 29.5 mirror, then I had a 32.8 common, which was on that spot. Then my right hand rod started pissing down with rain, and it just went off, and that was the one on the baited area on the 12 wraps I was showing you yesterday. Exactly the same methods. As soon as I had a fish, I was baiting both spots, just with the spawn.
Yeah, but when I was there this morning, you could see sort of there's fish activity all over your area.
Yeah,
like
I think what it is,
and it's sort of taking a little while, isn't it, this week for them to get onto it. But now they're on it, I think they're on it.
I think what it is, I've pulled them in. They've been in the snags. I've had to pull them out, and it's the only way I can think of doing it. When we're fishing close to the snags, we're just getting tied up, and sort of we're a bit worried about the fish getting tethered. But there's so many. It's a natural lake. They haven't done nothing to it. It's just there's loads of like trees in the water.
Trees, yeah,
we got snags. So that's why I come 12 off. So basically, I'm about 6 rod lengths from the back.
Yes, we've got one more night. I'm the only one not to catch yet, so I'm moving on to this lake, bringing all 3 rods with me.
and hopefully I can get at least one before it finishes. Tom had one this morning, didn't he?
Yeah, about 9 o'clock again.
Yeah, what was that?
They're very regimental in their times.
A low 20, wasn't it?
About 25, I'd
Yeah.
say 20, 23, 25.
Yeah, so yeah, he had that this morning. So just me to Aaron didn't have anything last night, did he?
No, Aaron had nothing.
No, so just me to catch one now, and hopefully we've got one more night, pack up in the morning, don't we?
Yeah, pack up about 8 o'clock and then shoot off back.
Yeah, so yeah, hopefully the next sort of like cliff, whatever, be me holding fish, or it might just be Justin holding them all. How many are you on now? 7?
I've had seven carp, 1 tench from this lake. Lost 7 because obviously I was fishing snags and we didn't really understand it until I went hunting into it. Really found out what was there. Probably should have done that at the start, but I didn't think there'd be this many obstacles in the water. Then I had 10 bream off the back lake, which you're on, but I just was getting hammered by bream, so I come off it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back with some more fish.
This is just on my spot. It's been doing this for the last hour, constant fizzing, so it isn't going to be long until this one rips off, I reckon. I've just put 2 on it now. Just from the spot where I said it was fizzing, and it's been fizzing for like the last 2 hours. I've got another rod on it, so hopefully that one should go as well. Took a bit of line this one, so I'm having to retrieve it back. And this is the one which I've just had from the 12 wrap spot. It's been fizzing like mad. 21-12. Not the biggest fish in the lake, but it's been really frustrating just watching it, waiting for him to go. I've got a second rod there, so I'm hoping for that one to go next. So, all good. Cracking looking fish. All these fish are really good looking fish. So I will give them that.
Today, just had another banging barbecue from Chef Gordon, Justin, Big Fish with us. Yeah. Tom, how's your week been? We haven't really spoken to you that much.
It's been a good week.
Yeah.
Obviously the temperature and conditions haven't been ideal for fishing, but it's been a good holiday. There's been fish caught, so it's not been completely a waste of time.
Yeah.
The big lake's been a lot harder than we thought, but it's very appealing to me. I like the idea of it, and I'm going to try and come back because I do like that big lake.
Yeah.
There's not many fish in there, we don't think, and it's a big. You have to spend a lot of time on there to learn it.
Yeah.
So
you sorry, yeah, Karen.
it's not completable in a week.
No, it's sort of like a year-long campaign, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like, anyway. Obviously,
I might have to brush up on my French.
Yeah.
To get any chance in there.
But you had a couple from the little lake, didn't you?
Yeah. I've had a couple. I've had a mirror and a common.
Yeah.
Both mid-20s ish. Like.
Yeah, that's sort of like the sort of average size, it seems, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. The fact that I've had them 2, and I have lost 2 out there as well.
Yeah.
So it's not been completely actionless. It's been quite entertaining, really.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'd like to come back again when the conditions are better and give it an actual proper go.
Nice. Yeah. What about you, Justin? How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been nice to spend it with the family and mate Tom as well. I've had some good fish. I've had fish up to 32.8. Some beautiful commons, and I'll tell you something, the fish are immaculate. Other than the one we had, wasn't it that? Quasimodo, we had a Quasimodo one. That's the only one I've had bad fish. All the other fish, 6 carp out of 7 have been good. Like I said, biggest mirror was 29.8. Biggest common is 32.8. Had a nice tench, 9.5. And obviously when I went on the big lake, I did give it a little bit of a go, but I got breamed out, and I'm not into breaming out. Yeah. So I gave it 24 hours, had 10 bream, up to £11, which you can't argue. Bream angler will be happy with that. And then the conditions is nice. We've got really good owners. The owners are really nice. The complex is clean. We've got a nice little hut where we've cooked in, we could sleep in.
What sort of advice would you give to sort of new people that are planning to come to a trip here?
I would say don't fish the snags. Yeah. That's something we learned very quickly once I started losing fish. The snags are very overgrown. They've left it natural. I was fishing, I call it peg 3 maybe. It's the second to last one up. I was fishing 6 rod lengths, I've had most of my fish off that. That's to the left-hand side. I had a 12 rod length, lost one, caught one, and that was 31 common. And I have put a lot of bait in. I think you will have to put bait in.
Yeah, that's just your style of fishing, it. But yeah, it's obviously worked for you though, Jar. But then Tom's not put in as much, and you've had success as well, haven't you? So
Yeah.
So I think you can sort of get away with a bit of both, really.
It was very stealth. So
yeah.
like with the boat, it was only small, in theory, small packages.
Yeah.
When I was doing the spodding and putting it out, I was putting 10 kilo out.
Yeah.
So you can do it either way.
Yeah. With regards to, like, obviously as well, I just want to let people know as well, like, what to expect if they do come here. Like with like the showers and stuff, you need two. Was it two?
Yeah, so something which I sort of recognised from being on previous trips. I noticed there was a meter. So you pay €2 for a 4-minute shower. Isn't a problem. You don't pay that much to come here. So unless you're a bit tight, then it's, you know, just bring some euros with you.
And also toilet roll as well.
Toilet roll, yeah. That's something they don't provide. It is clean. So I would say, like,
It's definitely worth it.
it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth a trip. When I come back, I'm probably going to do not 2.
Yeah.
Because I've got more fish in there and a better stamp. This in 3 to 5 years will be a good crack in water.
Yeah.
And hopefully next time we come, there'll be better conditions as well.
Yeah, and that's the
I mean,
thing.
it has been really
Well,
against us.
hottest temperature's been 42.
Yeah.
Most days have been 36 to 40.
Yeah, I mean at
And
night it's 25 degrees still.
Yeah.
They're just not dropping.
We actually went into the big lake and it's got to be 20-25 degrees that water has. It's as warm as your bath.
Yeah.
So it's not ideal fishing weather, but we've made the most of it.
Yeah. Well, we still got one night, so there might be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping I've put 2 rods on my six length now, and I reckon if everything goes right, I'll probably look at another 5 or 6 fish just off that.
But yeah.
Because it's produced 3 fish every night.
I'm just praying for one. If I have one fish, I'll be happy. Whether that's £10
You have
or
slugged it
whatever.
out on that lake though, so that's something which people need to understand. You went on that lake.
Yeah, I think
on fishing this.
Yeah,
lake.
if I fished this lake, I would have had a few, but yeah. Anyway, hopefully tonight is the night. But yeah, all right. As the sun rose and the rods and water stayed motionless, unfortunately I was going home without catching a carp this trip. However, Tom's trip was topped off by this strange looking albino catfish at £32. Right, so it's Saturday morning. We're just packing up. Before I just quickly catch up with Justin. You had a few out last night, didn't you, Jar?
Yeah, so I had another one out at 19. That was at night. One just before dark, which I actually showed you filming, which actually showed you from the moment I found my spot, moment I put the bait on it, moment we got the fizzing, moment we caught it, the moment we got to take the pictures, which is very special for me because we haven't done that before, or I haven't done that before.
Yeah, it's just a shame we didn't get the run on film, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the only downfall. I haven't got the systems for that.
I should have just given you the camera, mate, because you've done it all, haven't you?
I've done a bit, but it's, you know, this was not just about coming and catching. It's about spending time with my family, Tom and stuff like that. And Tom's become the family. He's part of the bait. You know, he's been using it for the last 2 years. But yeah, so I've had a good run out here. I've done 9 fish, lost 7 unfortunately. Something else was just before I go. I do sell a bait in the Midlands, so a lot of people come to me. So if you are watching this, we're looking at doing a social next year. Not sure where yet. We're going to try teaming it in between the Wiltshire area and also the Midlands area. That's just something we got, but we're also going to do something a little bit more special. We're going to come to France again in 2 years. So if you fancy coming with us and fancy experiencing the journey with us, and you know, there'll be a bit of filming, there'll be all the different pieces like we've done now.
Your famous barbecue.
My famous barbecue is always a good barbecue. Depending on how many we've got, we might come back here. It's only a 2-hour trip. The owners are brilliant. We've got 2 other lakes we can look at, all up to 60. Average fish of 40, you know what I mean? So they are good fish, better than what we're on, but we knew this, and obviously they're spawned. So if you are interested, get in contact with me. You know how to do that if you know me. If not, I do get people who do message me randomly because they see my catches.
Or get in contact with
the bait company, or with Amp on his Facebook page, or the bait company, the Badger Ball Bait Company. That's another way of getting hold of us. But if you are interested, you know, we're trying to make this a bit more to give something to you lot as well. It's not just about us catching all the time. So if you do fancy it, give me a shout, give Amp a shout, and we'll get a good trip away and then get it all on film and have a nice time. See you soon. Crack on.
So I've just left Justin Big Fish Willis. I'm just on my way to speak to Tommy Tenfish. He had a few out last night, as well as a special albino catfish. See what he's doing. We are in Tommy Tenfish's swim, and he absolutely smashed it last night, didn't you, Tom?
Yeah, man, I had a good night. Last night I put my 2 rods out in the little lake. I've been baiting over there for a couple of days, just in front of the trees, and I've been baiting 5.5 rod lengths out here. This one, it's been in the lake for 4 nights, and it's had 4 runs on it. Landed 5 runs on it, landed 3 fish, lost 2. And then the one over by the snags, I've had 2 carp and a tench on it this morning.
Yeah, you had a double take last night as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I was playing one out the snags, and then the one out in the middle decided to rip off. And as I'm playing that one in this hand, and I got this one in this hand, didn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Is that when you texted the group with your toe in it?
Yeah, it was. I'm surprised I got them both in, put it like that.
Yeah.
I also had the albino cat, the only one in the lake.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed your week though?
I've had a great week. It's ended on a high for me.
Yeah.
Nothing monstrous like, but I wasn't really that fussed about a big fish like.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that the fish that I've had have all been like 20 plus.
Yeah. Good.
Not a bad session in the weather that we've had with the conditions. I
Yeah.
can't knock 5 carp and a cat at all.
Yeah. Well, I've had no carp. But it's because I've been busy filming, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. To be fair, mate, you did tough it out on the big lake.
Yeah.
And I did the same. And if I wouldn't have had rods in here,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have caught.
Yeah.
I only had 4 bream out the big lake, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were dustbin lids. They were big ass bream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wasn't that disappointed.
I've got a
with them.
PB bream anyway. So.
Exactly. So you got to
Yeah.
look at the silver linings. There.
But yeah, we be back in the future, do you reckon?
Yeah. I'd love to come back here. I'd love to fish that big lake again, but
Yeah.
I'd love to do it for like
Yeah.
proper campaign. It like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a week and crack it kind of lake. It's
Yeah. Oh, one
See?
just pushed out.
But yeah, I would happily come back here. I'd like
Yeah.
to try some of the other lakes as well, because
Yeah.
apparently there's more fish and bigger fish
Yeah.
in, I think it's 2. But yeah, I'd happily come back on this lake again. It's been a great week. I've really enjoyed myself.
Yeah. All right, well done, Tom. Yeah, I had a sort of like decent week.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Although I was the only one who didn't manage to catch a carp, I'd still call this trip a success. First of all, it was great to spend a week away with Justin, Aaron and Tom. Sessions like this are about much more than just the fishing. One of the biggest takeaways from this trip is that an unknown water is exactly that, unknown. Sometimes you hear it at the right time and everything falls into place, but more often than not they're hard going, and that's all part of the challenge. On a personal level, I've also gained a lot more confidence fishing from a boat. It's completely different to fishing from the bank, and getting more experience with it is something I'll definitely take into future trips. but probably the biggest positive for me was simply making a drive over here. That alone has given me the confidence to come back to France again in the future, and that's exactly what I plan to do. I'll be heading back over to France later this year, so keep an eye out because there will be another adventure coming to the channel. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more carp fishing adventures like this, I'd really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.